Continuing from the last video, here is another example. This time we'll solve for lowercase b. You'd have to reverse everything that's being attached to it and get it by itself on one side. So first let's look at this part right here. The coefficient of 1/2 is being multiplied to this entire term. To eliminate it, you'd have to multiply this entire term by the reciprocal of the fraction. To find the reciprocal of a fraction, you flip it over, so the reciprocal of 1/2 is 2/1. 2/1 can be simplified as 2. So we're basically multiplying both sides of the equation by 2. You have to multiply both sides, because what you multiply to one side, you have to multiply to the other. So on the left you have 2 times a. So on the right you have 2 times 1/2 h, and in parentheses, uppercase b plus lowercase b. Remember that the 2 is over a 1, so these 2's cancel out, and you're just left with 1/1. So now on the right side, the coefficient has been cancelled out, because it's really 1 times h, parentheses b plus b. You don't need to write the 1 anymore, because it's understood. So on the next line you have 2a equals h, parentheses b plus b in parentheses. The h here is being multiplied to this part in the parentheses. To remove it from the right side, you divide both sides by the h. Now on the right side, the h's have cancelled out. So now you have 2a over h equals b plus b. You don't have to write the parentheses anymore, because there's nothing being done to the part in the parentheses. Everything that was being done to it has been cancelled out. At this point, the only thing being attached to little b is the big B, and big B is just being added to it. So to remove it from this side, you subtract it from both sides. So on the next line you have 2a over h minus b equals lowercase b. This is good as a final answer. But if you want to turn the two terms into one term, there's one more thing you can do. This uppercase b is actually over a 1, so that means you can get common denominators here to combine them into one term. So here you have an h, and here you have a 1. There's already a 1 over here, it's being multiplied to the h, so it's understood, and that's why it's not written separately. So that means that both denominators already have a 1, so the only thing missing from both denominators is the h. Only the denominator on the left has an h, so you need to multiply an h here as well. And what you do on the bottom you have to do on the top. So if you multiply an h to the denominator, you have to multiply an h to the numerator as well. So on the next line you have 2a over h. You don't need to put the 1 times, because it's understood that there's a 1. Minus bh over h. And again, you don't need to put the 1. And all of that equals b. So now that you have common denominators, you can combine the two terms into one. You can write the h in the denominator first, and then you can put the 2a minus bh, and all of this equals b. The last thing to do is to switch the sides and put b on the left equals 2a minus bh over h on the right side. Leave a comment below. Subscribing is free. Click the like, subscribe, and bell notification buttons for more videos.